Welcome back to this multi-time frame forecast, everyone. We're going to be going over Euro NZ, so the Euro dollar versus New Zealand dollar. Before we get started, I want you guys to do one thing, and that's just like this video. Not only does it support us, but it gives others the opportunity to see this channel as well, and hopefully learn some stuff along the way, in addition to potentially scraping away some pips and making some money. So do us and everyone else a favor, like this video. Also, comment down the pairs that you want us to cover in future videos. But for now, we're going to go over Euro NZ, and we're just going to go and break down the setup that I have created. So as always, if you don't, so first off, if you don't know why I set it up as this, please go find our old video, but I'll explain more or less what was going on. So we have this just basic ascending trend line right here. And as you can see, we have a W pattern formation, which is likely going to test the neckline that happened right here. And we've tested this area of structure 2 times already, 3 times for this one. So that means this one's confirmed. So this one is still unconfirmed, but we do have an ascending channel right here. In addition to that, you can see this critical areas of structure, which would have been this zone when we go to the line chart. And basically, that's telling us that we have an area of significant resistance right here with this head and shoulder pattern, reverse head and shoulder pattern, excuse me. And we broke through and we just skyrocketed up. And then we came back down, and now we're testing it. We broke through it already. We potentially be testing it as support. But if it does fail as support and we have a lot more momentum, we're going to shoot for this area right here, which happens to be our 127 fib level, including this area of structure. So it's kind of likely for us to see a drop down here. This is going to be a short-term riskier trade because we're going against the trend on the monthly, weekly time frame. But if we go down to the weekly, you can see that we're actually starting to see more or less this area of structure as support, and even potentially seeing some head and shoulder pattern formation with the shoulder, head, and a potential other shoulder right here, depending on how it closes out. Like I said, this one is a little bit riskier because it's counter trend. Um, but on the daily time frame, so real quick on the weekly, we are looking for a downward momentum push because we did close below this area of structure. One, we're making lower lows on the weekly. Two, and then it also aligned with our 38%, which is our minimum for this monthly leg as well. In addition to that, we also, so that's two pieces of evidence. They were kind of weak. In addition to that, though, we do have this daily harmonics pattern right here, which is indicative of it going down further. So the only real concern, since this pattern is completed, and we're just waiting for confirmation on based on our entry conditions, the only area of structure that we have to worry about before our TP is just this area of structure right here, which could potentially be support. As you can see, it's already technically support twice right here on the daily time frame in this particular zone. So we have to make sure that it's gonna not be that strong. And if it starts coming down here, let's say for example, we're in, entry conditions are satisfied, come in, we start seeing some resistance right here. What you can do is one of two things. One, you're going to be in a take profit already, and based on structure, you could potentially be at a break even point as well with your trade. So that's simply just dragging in your uh, stop loss to break even. But in addition to that, you could actually, based on 4 hour structure, potentially be in some profit by putting your stop loss just behind the previous area of structure, giving it some room to breathe, but also securing some pips even if it does go against you completely. And remember, no money or a little money is better than a loss. And if you could cut your losses soon, just do it. Just get it over with and then move on. Um, no shame in being wrong, and no shame in being wrong and taking a little bit of money too. So basically, we have a potential head and shoulder pattern forming, and that could be dangerous for us because it could be showing us that it's going to continue upward with that upward momentum from the higher time frames. But we do have this nice pattern with some weak fibs and weak structure, alluding to it going down just a little bit further. Depending on how what price does here or here, assuming it does go to those two places, we could reevaluate it for opportunities to go long. Anyways, this is Euro NZ. This one is a little bit different to what we're used to doing, but I think it's good for us to go down to the smaller time frames every once in a while and just kind of analyze the market from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to adjust this real quick because I think the time frame on daily would better describe what I'm seeing here. And we're just going to readjust this so you guys could have a better visual summary of what I saw. This is also a 38% structure on the monthly. It's 38. And then we're going to do plus harmonics. And we're going to do daily here. Daily. So that's why we're getting in on this entry. Put that right here. I delete that. And then real quick, just explain what this is. This is the structure on the weekly. Weekly. Okay, so this is Euro NZ, guys. Hopefully, you guys are learning along the way. Just remember there's an ascending trend line, so this is a little bit more risky, but we can see what price does at those particular levels, the 175 and the 172 level, and kind of reassess the plan from there. If it comes down to the 172 level, we're going to be looking for some really solid buying opportunities. And if it goes to the 175, it's probably going to be a little bit too uncertain for us to make a definitive decision. But once again, we're going to be responsive to the market and react to it appropriately and not make assumptions because the market doesn't care. So this is Euro NZ, guys. Let me know what pairs you guys want us to cover in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next video.